Dude, look at these baby hairs. It's because I used to wax back here, and these are the hairs growing. Well, if you're watching this, you can see this. And they just be like a little, it's just like a little bunch of hair. Anywho, what's up, my peeps? Welcome back to Let's Talks Vibes, or welcome if you are new. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Hope you guys are feeling good. If you guys haven't took 5 minutes to check in with yourself, do that right now. Pause the video. Check in with yourself. This is a little reminder. Show yourself some love. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself, how much you care about yourself. Do something kind to yourself today. Appreciate yourself. Take 5 minutes to sit down, reflect on what you have done. If it hasn't been for the past years, past couple of months, at least for the past couple of days. Appreciate the small things that you have done. You have came a long way. You have accomplished so much. You have grown so much. You have changed. You're surrounded by beautiful and positive change. Affirm that beautiful and positive change. Affirm the growth. Affirm the positivity. Affirm the magic that's happening around you, inside of you, the healing. It's all beautiful. You're beautiful. You're capable of doing beautiful things. I love you guys. And show yourself some love. We get too caught up in the big things, in big accomplishments, that we forget about the small little things. I believe that it's all the small little things that create the biggest changes, because it all starts with one little small alteration, a little small change. It all starts with consistency, being consistent with one thing, with just one change, and it can be a small change. When you are consistent with it, it becomes a habit, then it becomes change, and it becomes growth. And when you do that, even if it's with one small little thing, say you're going to stop smoking. Well, that's kind of like a big thing. You're going to stop eating candy for 30 days. So that's kind of like, that's a small little thing. You're going to stop eating candy. It's not like you're going to stop eating this and that, all processed food, all junk food, all meats, which you should. Once you achieve those 30 days with being consistent of not having candy, you're going to see how you are able to achieve anything, big or small, when you are really consistent with it. It takes about 30 days to create a habit. So, hunty, let's start doing it now. That's how you feel achievable. You feel like you can do anything. And even if it's with that just one small thing, whatever it is that you're doing, congratulate yourself. Give yourself a pat in the back. Show yourself some love. So today, we're going to be talking about to just stop trying to prove anything to anybody. What are you trying to prove? Think about it. Sit down with yourself and see what you are doing and why you are doing it. Are you trying to prove something to somebody, to friends, to family? You should really stop trying to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, only to yourself. Because it should always be a you versus you in a good way, in a growth way. It shouldn't be you versus anybody else. You are always trying to compete with yourself in a good way, in a positive way, in a healthy way, by trying to grow, trying to achieve your goals, trying to build positive habits that will lead to growth. Honestly, nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about your life. Nobody cares if you are going to make it or not. To be honest, I know I don't care. I wish everybody the best healing, self-love. I hope you achieve all your dreams, but I am not there investing my time into your life, because I am investing my time and my energy into my life, trying to reach my goals. And that's how we all should be. Those of us that are actually trying to become better for ourselves, to succeed for ourselves, we are too busy invested into our lives, into our vision, our goals. There's no time to be invested into nobody else's, into anything else that's just irrelevant to our growth, to our happiness, to our peace. I know I don't give a fuck. To be honest, that's why, like with stories and Instagram stories and just the feed and all that, I am only invested into those coaches, into mentors, into mentors that help me grow, that I can learn something from. I don't give a fuck what you are doing on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, over the weekend. I could care less. You're just out here investing, not even investing, wasting your time on partying, going out and drinking. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't watch nobody's stories because I am not interested in that. Unless you're going to teach me something valuable that will bring value to my life and that will help me grow, uh I don't want it. I try to post things that can help you become a better person, that inspire you. I post me drinking my juices, which that should inspire you to drink your juices as well. You want some healthy and glowy skin? I know I'm wearing makeup right now, but I'm wearing like only 10 products and it looks flawless because my skin is flawless. You know, I feel good. I feel motivated. I feel positive. I feel healthy when I used to post me drinking and going out. And you only show like this fun side. It's not even fun. And that's influencing others to drink because you are putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I'm trying to inspire. I've totally changed my ways. I post little short motivational talks, like I say, hey, like show yourself some love today. Um I tell you guys you should go check out my podcast. I'm talking about this and that will help you with self-love, with self-care, good things. I used to follow friends, según and family. I used to follow also a lot of influencers. I don't like the term influencer. They're influencing stupid shit. That's why I stopped following them because I didn't want to see. Like there was a lot of makeup artists that I was following, and now all they do is go out, drink. Like I don't want to see that. I could care less about that, you know? And everybody's content changes and shifts, but I'm just done with that. I'm not invested in that. And I used to watch them all the time, but I was like, you know what? I I also thought like I'm over here and there's so much you can watch. Yeah, I watch motivational podcasts, I watch motivational or listen, I watch, DIY things, this and that. But at the end of the day, if you really want to learn from it, or however you take that, you want to actually do the work. If there's a coach talking about how journaling is going to help me, okay, I'm going to start journaling and actually do the thing and see what it does, see how it helps me. If there is people so invested into your life, or even if you're invested into somebody else's life, that just means you have no life of your own. And you want to change that. Start investing that time if you're out here watching stories or just seeing what so and so is doing, what your ex is doing. They probably don't give a fuck about you. They're not wondering if you're watching their stories or not. Like, move on. Invest time in yourself. Invest time in your goals. When you are so focused on trying to prove other people wrong, that kind of becomes your purpose. Just trying to prove something to somebody or prove them wrong, whatever it is that you're trying to prove, you're not doing it for them. You're not doing it for yourself. Is that what you truly want to do? Because if it's just doing it for them now, that's not bringing you any happiness. You're going to prove them, you're going to try to prove something to them. What are you expecting? A congratulations, a pat in the back, this or that. And then they don't give it to you. And then you're just trying to do more and more. That is definitely not healthy for you. That is not your purpose. Your purpose is to do what you want to do, what brings you happiness, what makes you happy. Think, what is it that you really want to achieve? If you grew up in a household where you were never congratulated, you were never really seen, you believed you were not enough, that you can't achieve anything, that you just have to keep doing more and more, and that's how you grow up acting towards yourself. where you're just working and working and working so hard. Like, yeah, work towards your goals, towards your dreams, but it's not just about big achievements. And it's not about just trying to reach that end goal. You have to appreciate the journey. You have to appreciate, even if they're mistakes, everything, and learn from everything that you are going through. Take it all in. It's all about the journey for me, because the end goal, I know it's going to come. When? I'm not sure. I'm just enjoying the ride. When you get too caught up in just trying to achieve that big thing, you don't realize how far you've came along, how much you have grown, and those small little achievements that have made the biggest changes in your life. It's always the small things that have a huge impact in your life. You want to do external achievements, but have you even worked on your internal achievements and congratulated yourself for those internal achievements? Healing, working on your mental health, how you've turned that negativity into positivity, how you changed your mindset. Take some time to reflect on that and appreciate what you have done for yourself. Even if you've done it alone, and you just showing up for yourself every day, self discipline, that's a lot. All those things you've done for yourself is a lot. And especially if you've done it on your own, like, I congratulate you. Recognize all of that. You should really only try to prove anything to yourself and prove yourself wrong, but your past self. I never thought I was capable of getting in front of the camera because I never thought I was pretty enough. And look at me now, you know, and it's like, yeah, like, my goal is something with this podcast. My goal is something with my tutorials and all these things. But the fact that I even got in front of a camera and that I keep getting in front of a camera, I recognize those small things. And every time I get in front of the camera, I do a little meditation. Even after, I'm like, dude, yes, like, we did this. You know what I'm saying? Just like the smallest steps towards that big goal. I started off with makeup, doing makeup tutorials, mainly on my Instagram. I started off with makeup selfies, makeup makeup tutorials, and I was always really into fashion, but I didn't want to take outfit pictures because I thought I didn't have the right body. My style was a little bit different and I didn't want to get make fun of. I didn't want to start a podcast because I don't speak properly. I don't use these big words. And look at me now. The thing is that you started. I started. Those were only excuses. Those were holding me back. And if I listened to that, I wouldn't have been doing what makes me happy. What I wouldn't be fulfilling my purpose. We all start from somewhere. We learn throughout the way. We grow throughout the way. And we try it out. And if we don't like it, it doesn't bring us happiness, and we feel like it doesn't fulfill our purpose, then we stop. But you never know unless you try. I had friends discourage me about my style, the way I was dressing, what I was wearing. And I mean, those aren't friends. I couldn't even express myself around them. And I was listening to that and I thought, well, what if other people think the same? Like, these are my friends and they are making fun of me, you know? But we have to not give a fuck and not try to prove, I'm not even trying to prove them wrong now. Like, oh, who's got the style now? No. I'm trying to prove myself wrong because I never thought I would be able to express my true self. And look at me now. I'm proving myself wrong. I'm proving that old mindset of me, the old me, wrong. And telling her, we did it. We can do it. It is possible. Anything with good intentions is possible if you put in the hard work and you're doing it out of love, because it really brings you happiness, because you're trying to do a good change. I used to think so negative about myself. I had a negative mindset. And I proved myself wrong by turning that negativity into positivity. I didn't care what others thought of me. They thought I was weird. If they thought I was changing, I was different, which they thought was they thought it was a weird different, a bad change for them, but that was a good change for me. I was trying to change for myself, and I have proved myself wrong in so many ways. I used to think I couldn't get what I truly wanted, that everything bad happened to me, but that's because I was negative. I was in a negative space and I hated life. I learned to love life. I learned to love me, to love my life. Manifestation is real. So, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You only have to prove yourself wrong. With you trying to prove something to anybody else, that's looking for external validation. You want them to accept you. You want them to accept that you are successful. You're already successful. It's already within you. You just got to do the work. You got to do you. You don't need nobody's opinions. You don't need any second opinions. You don't need nobody's consultation to talk to somebody before you do something. Just go and do it. And it ain't even like trying to prove yourself wrong. You're just trying to prove to yourself, to your little self, to your inner child, that anything is possible, that happiness is possible, that peace is possible, that positivity is possible, that love is possible. Love is already within you. You just have to bring it out. You have to accept your true self. You have to love yourself to the fullest. Stop trying to prove anything to anybody. Accept yourself and you're good. Prove yourself wrong with whatever it was. Treat yourself right and show yourself some love throughout the way. I really hope this inspires you guys to just become the best version of yourself, to love yourself some more, to love yourself today, right now, and moving forward. Start showing yourself love for 30 days. Do at least one thing nice to yourself. Say at least one thing nice to yourself every day for 30 days, and you will see the biggest change. You will feel the biggest change. Y'all know I'm all about good vibes. I'm just spreading the good vibes. Follow the good vibes. Follow Liz Talks Vibes on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure to check out my bracelets too on my Etsy shop. They have crystals. I have one on right now. I have rose quartz and carnelians up there. And they really helped me with positivity, with self love. I mean, crystals are good vibes. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't gave them a try, maybe give them a try and you'll see the changes coming into your life, the positivity, the love. Don't forget to speak good vibes to yourself and speak good vibes to others. My peeps, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.